Hi. Well, the canopy didn't work.
What happened?
It just wouldn't put together. There's your seat there in the shade, though.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I was hoping it would work.
Is it missing some pieces or something?
No, it was just too much canvas for me to handle. I have cancer, so for about 4 years now, I'm still beating it. I say that cheerfully, but I was on hospice a year and some months. So, and I see a therapist every Thursday for the whole, aspect. But sometimes I get stuff and it's more than I can handle. And that canopy was definitely one of them.
It's a nice canopy.
It was awesome. It went up the first time great, but that was it. Okay, so, yeah.
All right, so I just wanted to talk to you and see like what kind of case management support are you interested in from Bayview?
You need to you look like you're in the sun.
Oh no, I'm fine.
Okay, you can scoot it
as
around.
long as I can see you.
All right. You look like you got the direct sun on your face.
No, it's okay.
Well, I've gone the go round with y'all. I've been here 2 years.
2 years.
So, my main concern is the damage done to the roof and the windows. If you look around the windows, you see how they're all white. Kelly had the same problem. You see, her whole windshield's falling in.
Yeah.
That was, for some unknown reason, the weatherization crew hired by Kenny they took all the silicone off and put this housing caulk on it. And so the vibration of moving the vehicles makes it shake out. The only reason they didn't get it my front windshield was because it's so tucked under there. You see how it's built? And there's a lot of holes more in the roof from the weatherization didn't take it off.
So the RV don't move at all?
It runs, but it won't start. There's wiring has been chewed by the rats.
Oh, wow.
The rats are a real problem. They're all up in the roof. I hear them all night long. I got cats, so they keep them from the inside, but they don't.
Cats are good too.
Yeah, but they keep them from the inside, but I hear them all night long. They're chewing when I came here, I didn't have none of these problems. I had a starting problem. I had a problem starting the RV. Now, the leaf springs that we did fix by way of, Bayview Hunters Point's, the RV repair fund thing, the leaf springs were replaced on March 9th. Those were damaged in the toe over here. They weren't the problem I originally had. The problem I originally had was starting it and getting it going. The mechanic that came in was halfway through doing it. He was supposed to come back with 3 tires. The tires on the back are rotten. These front ones, 1 is rotten on the back, 3 are good. 2 in the front are bad. Registration, I had the registration going with the whole DMV. I had it all worked out, but we couldn't get it to the point. We couldn't coordinate the repairs and smog with the DMV. The DMV is $1,300. This is $248. The SUV, the minivan, and Problem Solvers agrees that I need both vehicles because I'm going to a rural area to be in a campground. See, that's always been the goal.
So how would you travel with your RV and your SUV?
My son would drive it to there for me and park me in the RV at the place. But you have to be running and have current tags to get into any RV park. And you have to look decent. Mine does not look decent anymore. It looked decent when I got here. 2 years of this kind of weather, and you see how you can see the beams now on the RV. I have photographs I can show that. That didn't happen before 5 men from the weatherization crew stomped around on top of my RV to cause so much more damage. And the inside, I have photographs too. You can see the beams, the support beams in the ceiling. You didn't see them before, but after they stomped around for 5 different times up there, 5 men, boom, 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 and now you can see it. It leaks all over the place. I feel like it's so much more damaged here, and I've gone go round with Kenny about it. To the point where I can't even look at him anymore. My kidney starts hurting when I get so upset about it. I came here to get a simple RV problem fixed, and I was supposed to be here 3 weeks. I have cancer. I'm not even supposed to be in this kind of environment with all this dirt and stuff. It's so bad for my health. I can barely breathe at night. I thought I was having a heart attack the other night. I run to the hospital middle of the night of my birthday. So I'm really stressed about being here, and it's ludicrous. I mean,
Well,
it's just ludicrous.
besides the RV funding, because I really don't know much about the RV funding, what can I do to help you get on the road and to where you want to go? I don't know where it is that you want to go. What state was you traveling to?
No, I was traveling. I was traveling to a friend in Lake County, up
Lake
north,
County?
just 80 miles from here. It's already been set through with the problem solvers, and she's already approved, and I can, then from there I'd find an RV park up there around, Clear Lake or that area. It's not very far from my kids. But the RV's got so much damage now, and no one's addressing the fact that it's damaged, it looks bad. The RV runs. It's got a starting problem, probably a module, some wiring, something.
Maybe a sensor or something.
Something like that. We've
Something
replaced.
minor.
I've replaced the fuel pump, fuel filter. The guy that came in, Gerard, replaced a battery and a starter, and it did start. It ran, and it did it about 11 times, and it went right back to what it was doing. I'm thinking fuel sensor, but at the same time, I don't know.
Right.
Like, I really don't know. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? But the brakes are okay.
You did have a mechanic, right?
I did, but he didn't want to come out here and work with y'all. Like, he was so insulted by Kenny when he told him, the one that Kelly got, he was so insulted by Kenny's attitude towards him. And so he just didn't want to deal with the money.
He didn't want to deal with it no more.
He didn't want to deal with it. And it's not like we're in the middle of Alaska somewhere. There's mechanics you can walk right out here. I just don't have the funds. I don't have the money. And I'm so sick. And I'm getting sicker. And I don't even...
Have you talked to Problem Solving about helping with the RV?
They
What
won't.
did they say?
They only will pay the registration and not even the smog. They won't. And here's the point. At this point, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I am so much more damaged from my 2 years here trying to fight and get fixed. And the whole attitude of everyone's, you see I'm parked over here by myself. It got too much over there in between all the men. It got so gross. So I had to really fight through the sexual harassment department to get moved to over here.
So you was on the first row at first?
I was on the first row in the middle, in the back between a bunch of men that got real hostile once the dog park got taken out.
If you don't mind me asking, why was you moved over here?
Because the men that I was parked next to got very angry and parked two that way and one this way and the one next door. They all had dogs. And when they took out the dog park because she and I complained we can't use it because we're disabled and it wasn't ADA compliant, these men got so pissed at me. They were hostile. They were letting their dogs out. I got trapped in my car one night by Rob's big dog, and just thankfully Danielle and Javon were walking by and stopped it. The dog would not let me out of the car. And when they contested Rob about it, they said, "Well, what do you expect? He's a dog. You took away his dog run." It was very hostile, so I insisted on being put over here where you see the camera.
Yeah, and then you have dogs and stuff.
Yeah, I have one dog. I have my dog. He's never outside, mostly because it's just not safe for him. Okay, so a lot of hostility over there. I've been here too long. I need to get out of here. I want to get out of here.
Are you interested in housing, like having your own place?
Well, I'm interested in going with my RV to an RV park and having, I don't understand why I don't get the kind of subsidy funding into an RV park, and we couldn't just find somewhere that would take my broke down, ugly RV now. That would just take it because the city was paying the upfront what it needed to be paid for until I die. It's not like I've got it much longer, How I've lasted this long is a miracle. I've been 4 years with cancer, and I don't understand why funding is not available just to put me somewhere safe into an RV park. I am the most easily dealt with person out here. I have $1,200 a month SSI. I have no evictions. I'm stable. There's a lot of lies in the one record about me that I've found. I've not been evicted. I have not been arrested since 1984 in Texas, no less. It says in the records I've been arrested 5 times or more. It says I've called crisis hotline more than 10 times, suicide prevention. None of that's true. I've not been evicted. None of that. I'm very easily housed. I just need a real mechanic and some tires, registration, and a simple you know, I don't have your email, but I could send you just so many.
I'm going to give you my email right here and my phone number. Okay.
And I can show you how in the Delta right here, and it'd be within driving distance of my children. I have 2 children here in the Bay Area and 1 in the mountains. The only thing that's keeping me going. Truly. Only reason I'm keeping going is why else would I?
Yeah.
Except for them. I have to make this work. I can't die here.
You gotta be with your kids.
I can't die here. They can't get into me. I've had so much trouble getting my son into me, and he's my actual caregiver. Like, he's the one who's going to be there. He is there for everything.
So do your son come and visit you?
He can't. He comes in. There's hostility. It's just become to a point where I have to get out of here in order to maintain the relationships I have with my children.
So what can we do to help you through that process?
I don't know at this point. Your foundation damaged my RV. Like, there's damage from the workers that Kenny hired that has not been dealt with. The RV has to have someone come in who's knows what they're doing and fix the way it looks, not just a leaking. Like, it's about to rain. I've only got another month or 2 to fix it in. But all the windows leak now. That causes mildew. That's going to kill me this winter. Like, this winter, I won't pass this winter. Okay, I'm not going to get upset because it's not anything that you've done or you know about. So I'm not.
No, it's okay.
No, but
I can definitely understand the frustration that you have.
But it is your foundation, you know, your company, your bosses. No, there's many emails about this, obviously. I'm not hostile at all to anyone. I'm very sick. I have so little energy. I have no energy. I can't put a canopy back up, you know. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no energy for it. But my RV is, my husband died at the beginning of COVID after 28 years of marriage, thank you. And he's alive in that RV.
In that RV.
His
and
ashes,
that RV means a lot to you.
His ashes are in there. Our Mary, he's just taking a nap in the next room. I'm a Christian, and I know I'm seeing him soon. I don't care how shabby it looks. I don't care how many holes it's got or what's happening.
I mean,
to
it means something to
the
you.
Home
you know,
aspect,
the
aspect
has a
of
meaning to it.
It is a home that when I go in from all the stress of the world, I'm with him again. It's literally, it's not healthy. I talk to a therapist every Thursday. I can give you her number. I give you my permission for you to talk to her. It's not healthy. It's called complicated grief. I feel like he died 3 months ago. It's not getting better. It's devastating to my children. The inability to get this RV up and going and looking decent is not rocket science. It's not difficult. There's people on Craigslist right now for money will come and do it. It's not. The RV ran really strong. You can ask Gerard. I have tapes of it running really strong. I can send you a tape. If you can hear how, let's start there. The RV has a wiring module sensor something problem. It started in 2020. It didn't start here. It's been an ongoing problem. There's something in there that needs a real guy who knows these year, make type of RV. It is. It's so pretty inside. It's so pretty inside. It's my home for 12 years now. I will die. Like, I will literally die if I have to go into a SRO.
No, I don't want the SRO to be.
I'll go back to tent camping before I'll do that.
But say I am able to help you find an actual studio or a 1-bedroom apartment. Is that something that you are interested in? You want to take your RV to an RV station?
It has to be there. Because I've always lived in RVs. I'm an ethnic gypsy. I actually have in my whole life I've lived this way or similar to it. Mm-hmm. And I was in someone's house the other day and I had to laugh because it was so uncomfortable for me to be in an actual, when I go visit my children, it's also hard. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I mean,
the RV is still considered home, you know.
well, not really. It's a real question these days, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It's a real question, and so that's the stressor, is that it's not registered. It's not so damaged that it can't be brought back, but I can't get that to happen. And that is starting to really eat on my self-esteem, my sense of hope. That's what's been taken here. Before, when I came here, I had hope. I don't have hope anymore.
This is a homeless verification letter, okay? You can give my number and my email to your
Thank you.
therapist, and your therapist and I can communicate.
All right, that would be all right.
Pertaining to you, and work around each other's schedule, whatever. Okay.
Okay.
What's your last name, Ramona?
Mayon, Mayon.
Are you comfortable with giving me your social security number?
Yes, 429-290685.
And your date of birth?
9/1/1960.
So I'm going to make a copy of this and I'll bring it back to you. But it definitely has my email and my. She's okay.
She'll scratch you when she starts to do that. Okay, she will.
Yeah.
She'll claw you.
That's probably why.
Yeah, no, she knows cat people.
Yeah, I have cats.
She will stick those claws in your knee and make you jump.
Yeah, my cat's got claws too. It's okay.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, I don't cut my baby's nails.
Yeah, no, none of that. I wouldn't even know how.
No.
Okay, yeah, so I just need to go to a park. I just need to go, and I don't mind. I wanted the whole entire time. I was in the rural area when my husband passed. I loved the rural area.
Did your husband pass away here?
No, in Sacramento County. So right at the beginning of the pandemic. So it's been a stressor for 4 years now. And my cancer was discovered right after he passed. So it's been like, and it the cost of moving into an actual apartment, or how they give you deposit and first month's rent and all that other utility hookups and everything, would be similar to the cost of repairing my RV and putting me in an RV park. And I feel like, and this is where I send so many upset, angry emails to the city, is that it's discrimination. And it's because I'm an ethnic gypsy traveler, it's in my DNA to live like this. This is I couldn't live in an apartment, even if you brought me to the newest, nicest, sweetest, prettiest view and my kids were right down the street.
That's not what you're comfortable with.
I am miserable. Even going to take a shower at my son's house. That's where I go. His apartment. I go there and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Any of them, nice ones. It doesn't
matter. How long
matter.
have you been staying out of your RV?
No, there was the 6 months after my husband passed. I was in my car in a tent. And even when I was staying in my daughter's house, I slept in my car. I couldn't even sleep in her house. It's really an ethnic thing. It's not something I can change about myself.
Right.
It's not that I want to change it even.
You talk to your therapist about that?
All the time.
What did she say?
At this point in my life, where I'm at, and I've always lived this way, and I've written books about it, and I have an academic paper about it, and I've studied the hate itself. I've really studied the history of the hate of the gypsies, and it's the perfect genocide. It's a successful genocide. No one knows we even exist. It isn't what I told the therapist. It's what I told the reporter who wrote this profile about me and the stuff and the different articles. He understood. He had the most amazing question. He says, "Why have I never heard about this? I've trained in Stanford. He's a lot. He's a lot of things as a lawyer and a journalist." And I said, "It's because it's a successful genocide. They did it. It's happening. It's done." And he said, "So you mean there's a lot of people going around who have this in them to be this way, but they can't. They don't recognize it. They don't even know they've got gypsy DNA." So, yeah, I can't live in a house. It comes down to that. It's just, and to sit here for 2 years and not be able to move has been torture as a gypsy. Like, it's a verb. It's not it's an ethnic group. I get that. It's a tortured ethnic group, but it's a verb. And I know the word is not politically correct according to certain people tell me that. But I disagree. the word is the verb. When my RV started with Gerard, I was so happy that day and so devastated 11 days later when it quit starting again. And I never could get him back out here. I could never get it going. I don't have an income. I have $1,200 that I barely get by on.
Yeah.
And food is the cost of food.
Yeah, the cost of food is expensive.
The cost of food.
Do you receive food stamps?
$23 because I'm in here.
Oh, and you're on
I'm in
Social
here.
Security
No,
too.
I'm in here too, but that's part of it is that my stamps get taken because I receive this horrible food. Okay, my need to be free and is simply based on funds for labor to fix my RV and to make it look decent. That's all. And they're on Craigslist. It's not even that hard. And I don't understand why I'm still here. I'm really angry. I'm really angry about it. And I'm a writer, and it's just not a good combination, you know. So I appreciate you coming up, talking to me and stuff. And yeah, you know, it's always going to come down to fixing this one RV. It's not it's just the way it is, and it's not. I mean, imagine if I was middle class, how easy this would be. That's how I look at it, right?
Yeah.
And here's the cool part. Once I do go up to Clear Lake, I can afford to live. I can pay the rent up there, $400 a month in an RV park. I can do that.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good.
I mean, that's the deal. That's what we're talking about here.
I wish I could.
If I
could help. You know.
Okay. All right. Here. See, that's the thing. What we're going for is independence, self-determination, and an RV park and I'll send you some links around where my friend lives many, many years. She'll be there to support me. Is only a few $100s. I'm close enough to my kids. I could see them. It's, you know, it's lots of RV parks up there. Lots of people living in RVs. So it's the lifestyle is accepted. The life. So I, in other words, to keep me here is to be torturing someone because of their ethnicity. Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas up there, for much, much less money than putting me in a studio or an SRO, and I'd be miserable and die. Instead, I'd be out in the country. I'd have a friend nearby. My kids could come and see me, or I could drive down, or whatever. You know, I'd be mobile. My RV would be safe. And why can't that be subsidized just like the rest of housing for anyone who goes into regular house, you know, bricks and mortar housing? So you see, for me being ethnic gypsy, it makes it really, really wrong that I can't get the funding that I need to fix this, to make it acceptable to a normal RV park. And if I go further north, it's $300. I go as far as the Oregon border, I'm looking at $300 a month, and some of the most beautiful scenery on the face of Earth. So why am I here being poisoned by digging and misery and you see what I'm saying? That's Hunters Point Shipyard over there. Like, you know, why am I here instead of there? See what I'm saying? And that's the real question you got to grapple with. You know, like you're gonna bump up against that as you work out here. But I'll send you links for the kind of RV parks I'm talking about, and you know, maybe we can just like all look at it in a different way, a different kind of program. Like instead of a homeward bound where you go to relatives, you go to a little town where RVs are acceptable, and you can just slide your old ugly RV in somewhere. And the reason
there was a discussion about relocation services. I can ask them, you know, how would that work for someone in an RV? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know that they did mention ECS and Journey Homes. Journey Homes offer relocation services, but they only do it to a certain extent. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
A certain amount of funding.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely do some research.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do my research and see what I can find or see what I can do to help you. But as far as like the funding for the RV, I don't know much about that.
All right.
Okay. I don't know much about that.